I don't know if you can see me. I don't know if I'm completely zoomed. Wait. No. Where? This is where I'll be sitting. I don't know if that's good enough. Hi. Hi, Ron. I'm seated down, of course. Because I need to come down to earth, to be humbled.
Action. Welcome guys, welcome back to Brand Kwame. As you can see, basically Isaac insisted for perfection. I have a friend, you guys know this friend by now. Isaac, the great, just decided, you know this thing when you sit down and you just start doing something and you just can't stop. You have to go and you go, he's right here. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. Just say it in the comments, just tell him thank you. Thank you Isaac for, yeah. You feel like the production is getting better. That's no joke. Anyway, back to the composition. My boss came and I had to stop. I had to, tidy up. Yes, it's part of it. So today, as I was saying, we are going to have a conversation about waiting. So there's a time, there's a moment life reaches and you're not really excited or patient enough to patient. I don't know what's the verb for being patient. Waiting. That's the word. ing. Waiting. I just wanted to be real for a moment with you guys, just to come down to my level. Okay, I was down, now I'm up, to come up to your level and we have an eye-to-eye conversation, rather than sitting down and making me feel small. Did you know that camera angles can actually influence how you view someone? If the camera angle is down, someone will look large. That's mostly if you watch your superhero movies, they're normally portrayed to be big from the camera angle. Then villains, I don't know if, the villain Thanos is a different story. I don't know what happened there. But, I'll tell you something, if you want to make something grand, strong, masculine, masculine is a very difficult word around this era.
Patience and waiting. I feel like I'm in a position where my patience is not patienting. Like it's not chilling. It's refusing to chill. I was talking to a friend of mine, very big friend of mine. She commented in the previous video. Not previous, the previous one where I was talking about I don't know if it's PTSD, but we were having this conversation and she really made me feel I have no position to complain. This is the problem. Whenever you feel justified, a good friend of yours will come from nowhere, tell you the truth, and make you feel like, do I really need to complain? Like there are people suffering, not eating. There are people who should have died, yet they did not. She was telling me this story. I hope with your permission, I can tell the story. A friend of, she was traveling to school, and first of all, she didn't want to go to school. And then she was really dragging her feet. So when they reached the bus station, her mom had to go and buy a few things, like the nitty-gritties, a few things remaining for them to go, which she forgot, I believe intentionally. So as mom went to buy, she was left into the matatu. But then the matatu guys were like, hey, we need to go, is your mom? So they kicked her out of the matatu. So she was standing there stranded, confused. And of course, I'm sure she felt sad. So the mom comes back, it's like, umefanya tu watu. So she was complaining throughout. So they boarded a new matatu, waited for another 1 hour, and eventually they did go. As they were going, she just kept complaining. You know, moms, every mom was from the same pot. I believe they're cooked from the same pot. But she was just complaining and like, yeah, you should have, we should have. But not all those complaints. And eventually, she had memorized the registration number of the car because she had to go and buy the things and come back and look for the matatu in the multitude and forest of matatus. That's an English word. Use it in your conversation. No, don't. So as she's seated, they pass by a matatu that's on fire. It had fallen, capsized. Not capsized.
And it was so graphic. I can't say too much, but I remember specifically she told me was one of the passengers was coming out of the car and the car was on fire. So you can guess what was happening to that passenger. Everyone died in that car. Everyone died in that car. Moral of the story, I guess, is waiting. We're all in this age. Most of us, we're all in an age where a lot of things don't make sense. A lot of things don't add up, and you want your life to move forward. But again, things are slower, and you feel like you are justified. You all went to the same school with your friends who are doing better, and you're like, yeah, I feel like I should be that in that. I deserve it. I feel like I should have that equipment, have that phone, have that be in that school, or have that. I don't know what guys want to have these days, but clearly, relationships are not one of them. I'm joking. I'm not lost of words. I'm just trying to not relate because I'm in that situation. So I'm just trying to tell you guys one by one. My sister was telling me this last night. If you don't get what you prayed for, that's God trying to protect you. I'm being spiritual. Oh, yeah, I feel like that's very necessary for both you and I to remember that the next time you don't get what you're looking for, what you prayed for didn't come through. It doesn't hurt to look out for your friends. I say this a lot. It doesn't make sense, but if we could mold a character and form a basis, a ground where we all look out for each other. I belong to this group called Lunch Bunch. Shout out Lunch Bunch. It's just a gang. Why I'm mentioning it is because it's a group of people in the same age group, and we all just talk about stuff that pertain to us and our situations in life, school, relationships, mostly relationships, food, washing dishes. Looking out for each other is a big part of development, because when you grow up, look at our parents and all their friends. I believe friendships are such a big part of how we stay okay and how we stay fine, especially knowing that there's a big gender war going on, wanting men and women to fight and want to be superior than the other, and then the cycle repeats. It's a generation of hate. I just believe that. Do what you have to do. If you're a man out there, you have to hustle. Go out there, look for the toil the land. It's a curse. It's part of who we are. Go and toil the grass, sweat. Taste your sweat and feel like, this could be a delicacy. Women out there, that doesn't mean you don't have to toil the land. That's part of the curse for human beings. Do what you have to do to become who you are. And don't lose your identity. If your friends help you find your identity, do that. And those friends need to know that they play a big part. Just know that if you're part of someone's friendship circle, to do your best to improve yourself, because when you come to the circle, the goal is to improve each other, not to downgrade and discriminate and set all the 8s. I don't know what the other 8s are. Discrimination, kuna hizi mavitu za it's discriminate hizo mbaya monolization
kuna monolization
mbaya
zile like unasema
vitu mbaya yote ziko na shion mwisho
kuna
depression molestization I believe mono hiyo ni mono la kuna monolization na kuna molesting and then Asian mission so I believe molestation I feel so criticization thank you Isaac is an English major just like me don't be that kind of friend to your friends rather than discriminate encourage rather than monolize that's not an English word. Empower each other so that figure out the few strengths that all of you have and all of you are defined by the weakest link and if the weakest link is one of your friends who is extremely for this that's how weak you guys are so if they overcome that you become stronger. I have made so much sense I hope. I felt like I needed this conversation with you guys. Thank you. I know you guys are a big part of who I am and I don't want to stop doing this genuinely. For the next 20 100 years teeth fall off my hands shaking I'll be like welcome back to Brian Kwame welcome back to Brian Kwame without teeth. Shout out to every subscriber out there. I'm going to pop up a few comments that were to shout them out. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe, don't do drugs, and always remember to talk to Jesus. We're done. I'm glad that we had with us I can do guys. So that's the big idea. Oh, forgot to mention. Isaac.
Yes.
Hi. So
good.
What are you doing today? I was wondering what in the world.
I'm editing.
Edit a bit of oh yeah, I'm sure. That's not supposed to be seen yet. Face bump. Was it? Subscribe. Maybe
but this channel.
That's the place to go and look for content.
Shared moments.
Wait, what do those guys do?
Andika. Oh, zoom.
Oh yeah, shared
moments.
So what do these guys at Shared Moments do?
Like stories. They have stories, different stories, inspiring.
Okay.
Life-changing stories.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
I had an idea.
Yes.
Okay. I had an idea. For the next video.
Yes.
I want us to have